Hey guys, it's Abby with 3R Sales and Service. Today I'm going to be showing you a really nice aluminum pallet assembly that we just finished up for a customer. Actually, it's going to be out of the office for about the next week or so I'll be taking over until then, but I promise for all the people that watch her videos regularly, she will be back soon. So this skid is going to be a 48 by 40 aluminum pallet, and it's got a 3000 PSI, 5.5 gallon per minute cold water pressure washer on it. This washer is going to have a Comet triplex plunger pump on it, belt driven, Honda GX390 with electric start. That is the first of many great features of this assembly. Key start is always an excellent option, especially whenever it's going up into a truck bed. As usual, on these machines, we like to put this bleeder valve that you'll see right here, this ball valve right here. That will allow you to get all the air out of your lines. One, if it's been a while since you've started up your system, it's the first time you're starting up your system, or if your tank happened to run dry. And that line runs through here in this poly braid and then just comes out right there. So just as if it were going to rain, just run right into the bed of your truck and right out. Over here, you'll see that we have one of those heavy duty water filters that we like to use. These are really easy to clean out and just take this right off. So if you're on the job and you do happen to get a clog, you can just go ahead, rinse that out real quick and you're back in business. And this right here is where we're going to be hooking up the water tank. So this customer wanted a 100-gallon water tank. And as you can see from looking at it, there's just not space in the footprint of this pallet to fit a 100-gallon water tank with all the other equipment. So what they're going to do is they're going to take that 100-gallon water tank and they're just going to install it right behind this pallet in the bed of the truck. So we left some space there. We had a hose attached to it so that we could test it, make sure everything was working well. And then whenever the customer comes, we'll be able to go ahead and just get that all set up for him. These are really easy to install in the bed of your truck. They're just bolted down with 4 bolts. And then if you ever need to move them, only 4 bolts. That's the benefit to these. Not only is aluminum corrosion resistant, but you have much fewer things to avoid underneath the truck whenever you're bolting things down. You only have 4 bolts. You're not bolting everything down individually. So this customer is also going to have a downstream shirts box right there that's mounted up on those brackets. That is going to be used. He opted to have a bleach solution that he's going to be running through his downstream injector. That's what's going to be sitting in that 35-gallon vertical tank on there. And as we all know, bleach is extremely corrosive. So in order to extend the life of all the parts and the setup, that shirts box will allow him to rinse all of those components and make sure that he can get the most out of it for as long as he can. If you come over here, we have a couple Titan hose reels. These are actually the 12-volt reels, so this is another great feature that's making this user-friendly. You pull these out, hit that black button over there on the left of those reels, and it just automatically retracts. They're wonderful. I feel like once you use them, you never go back. That top reel is going to have 200 feet of your gray high pressure hose, and that bottom reel is going to have 100 feet of that 3/4 inch inlet hose. And we have these nozzle holders right here on the side. Easy to find all your nozzles. You're not fumbling around with them in your pocket, and they're not getting lost. We also have the super swivels here on these hose reels. Those are really nice heavy duty swivels. And then we have the downstream soap injector right here. So that's going to be your 20% adjustable soap injector, so you can adjust the concentration there. Come over here and you'll see just a better look at that 35-gallon bleach tank that he has there. And if you'll notice, that has those bands on there. Those tanks don't actually come with bands. Our technicians fabricate bands for things like this. And even if you see that shirts box over there on those black brackets, those are fabricated here as well. So not things that we sell by themselves, but they make a build look so much nicer, they make it function better, and it's just more accessible and more secure. So there are things like that we do on a lot of our builds that sometimes we just don't point out, but that help make it as good as it can be. We got the battery in the battery box right there. And then these hoses, that's going to be part of when we install that water tank. So that blue line is going to be for your inlet, and then those poly braided hoses are for that shirts box. So this build turned out really nice. It's extremely user friendly, and there's a lot of different applications for these pallets. Sometimes people just don't want to pull a trailer. They're not ready to invest in a trailer just yet. Sometimes they work in really busy areas and they need to be able to get in just single parking spaces. They don't have the curbside availability just to pull up with a trailer. There's a lot of different ways that you can use these, but as I said, even if you change vehicles, take it right on out and you can install it in the new one. But here within the next season or two, we're going to be coming up with packages for these. So we have 48 by 48 aluminum pallets and 48 by 40, depending on what size bed you have. We're going to come up with some pre-made packages. We're going to have them ready to go. We'll have them plumbed, and then we'll have them available for shipping too. And as always, we can always customize something if you're not looking for something that's in one of the packages. But until then, if you guys have any questions or if you want us to get started on something for you, give us a call, shoot us an email. We do stock all of these components, so it's not something you're going to have to wait a really long time for. Generally, the turnaround time is just a handful of weeks, depending on what's in front of you or what the season is. If you want to shoot us an email, the best email to reach us at is info@3rsalesandservice.com, and all the other contact information is going to be below in the description. So if you guys have any questions, reach out. Thanks.